Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 9 Monday Night Football prediction between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report of the Kansas City Chiefs, starting out with safety Najee Johnson with a concussion, wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster with a hamstring injury, defensive end Mike Dana with a pectoral injury, tight end Jared Wiley with a knee injury, all out for this game. Then moving on to tackle Evan Driscoll with an illness, running back Kareem Hunt with a quad injury, wide receiver McCole Hardman with a knee injury, Patrick Mahomes with an ankle injury, corner Trent McDuffie with a knee injury, defensive tackle Derek Nottie with a tricep injury, and linebacker Drew Tranquill with a chest injury. All of those will play, and obviously no players are questionable at this moment for the Kansas City Chiefs. All these four players being out. Juju Smith-Schuster, not that big of a deal. Najee Johnson is a big deal, so that's going to be a big loss. And same goes for Mike Dana on that defensive line. Jared Wiley, not that big of a deal. Backup tight end, also basically third string tight end, if I'm not mistaken. Gray is actually the backup to Travis Kelce. Besides that, defense suffers more on injuries because like you have McCole Hardman and Kareem Hunt playing, even though they're injured. Same goes for Patrick Mahomes, but I expect them to succeed anyway. Same goes with McDuffie, Nottie, and Drew Tranquill. But when it comes to Mike Dana not playing today, along with Najee Johnson, those are two big losses on that defense that might give Tampa a chance at giving the Kansas City Chiefs their first L of the 2024 NFL season. Now on to the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs, starting out with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, Kareem Hunt at running back, wide receivers DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy, and McCole Hardman. Tight end will be Travis Kelce, left tackle will be Wanya Morris, and then left guard we got Joe Thuney, Screed Humphrey is the center, Trey Smith at right guard, and Jawan Taylor at right tackle. Offensive line, not really that big of a worry. Travis Kelce, not that big of a what is the word I'm looking for? He's not that big a contributor to this offense this season, so not really expecting much from Travis in this week's game. Probably a few yards and a touchdown. Besides that, that's the best I think of him right now. We got D-Hop and Xavier Worthy. We're probably going to be seeing some Xavier Worthy touchdowns in this game. Patrick Mahomes just slinging it to him. Kareem Hunt, not going to have a very good game. I think he'll be over 50 yards or under 50 yards rushing in this game. Otherwise, the Kansas City Chiefs offense will be very decent. And I think they will keep themselves in this game against Tampa. And honestly, when do we ever count Patrick Mahomes out? Now, on to the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, starting out with defensive ends George Karlaftis and Josh Uche. Uche just got traded from New England to Kansas City, by the way. He'll be the one coming in for the injured Mike Dana. Then we move on to defensive tackles Derek Nottie and Chris Jones. Weak side linebackers Drew Tranquill, Nick Bolton inside linebacker, then strong side linebackers Leo Chenal. Corners would be Trent McDuffie and Keith Taylor Jr., with Chamari Connor as the nickelback. Then we get free safety Brian Cook and Justin Reed as the strong safety coming in for an injured. It's either him, maybe, I think he's a strong safety, Najee Johnson. He's coming in for an injured Najee Johnson. But still, that's besides the point. The point being, even so, very good pass rushers in Karlaftis and Uche, Nottie and Jones in that internal defensive line. They're just going to bust through that offensive line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers easily. And then we get Drew Tranquill, okay. Leo Chenal, also okay. And then we got a beast of a linebacker, Nick Bolton, in the middle. That's a very good guy to have for the Kansas City Chiefs. Trent McDuffie, pretty good corner. Keith Taylor, all right. And Connor, all right. Cook, very decent. And Justin Reed, also very decent. So in the end, just like the offense, this is a very decent defense with a very good pass rush coming from George Karlaftis and Josh Uche. Still, we're still worried about one thing. Is this enough to pressure Baker Mayfield into throwing interceptions or making mistakes that cause fumbles or causes his team to make mistakes, like throwing it to a certain guy who doesn't get any yards or such. Now, I believe it could. Honestly, the pressure could be on Baker, and Baker could actually suffer from it. But for now, this is going to be a very good game on both sides of the field. Now, on to the injury report of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, starting out with long snapper Evan Decker with a hamstring injury, along with wide receiver Mike Evans with a hamstring injury, and defensive tackle Greg Gaines with a calf injury, all out for this game. Then moving on to running back Ricky Irving with a toe injury, wide receiver Sterling Shepard with a hamstring injury, and then defensive back Tyke Smith with a concussion. Then we got safety Antoine Winfield Jr. with a foot injury, wide receiver Jalen McMillan with a hamstring injury, all questionable for the game. Then moving on to guard Ben Betterson with a shoulder injury, linebacker Levante David at an ankle and a chest injury, then defensive tackle William Golston with a knee injury. Now, when it comes to the remaining three players, obviously they're going to play no matter what. Now, when it comes to the injured, questionable players, I'm thinking they're all going to play. Maybe, just maybe, we see Winfield or Smith be the ones to be out for this game. I think their injuries are more severe, especially Smith's, which is a concussion. So they might take it easy on him. So they might be replacing him on the field. But regardless, I see this as a very offensive injury list because obviously you lost Mike Evans for this game. You don't have also another receiver in, who was it again? It was the other top receiver. I can't really remember him at the moment, but he was the other top receiver, Chris Godwin, I think it was. Goodwin. I think it's Godwin. But still, Godwin out for the season. And Evans, I think, is just out for this game, if I'm not mistaken. He's not out for the year. But still, losing your top two receivers is gonna hurt you. So having Sterling Shepard and Jalen McMillan also questionable for this game, that also puts a little bit of hurt on the receiving core of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we're going to have a little bit of a troublesome offense coming from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers due to their receiving core being massively injured. Now on to the offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, starting out with Baker Mayfield at quarterback, Rachaad White at running back. Then we get receivers Sterling Shepard, Jalen McMillan, and Trey Palmer. And if Sterling Shepard and Jalen McMillan cannot go, we'll be seeing Ryan Miller and Marquez Callaway coming in for both of them. Then we move on to tight end Ada Otten, left tackle Tristan Wirfs, left guard Ben Betterson, center Graham Barton, Cody Mao, I think that's how you say it, is the right guard, and Luke Godike, I don't know if that's how you say it, but he'll be the right tackle for this game. Now, when it comes to the Buccaneers, offensive line, pretty good. I have no issues on there. So, running back, Rachaad White, pretty decent. So, no problem there. Baker Mayfield, a bit of an issue at times, but still pretty good quarterback. Then we move on to the receiving core. Obviously, you got Cade Otton. Pretty okay tight end. But then, Trey Palmer is your only healthy receiver starting. That is troublesome. And losing, like I said, Evans and Godwin is two big losses for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers receiving core. And honestly, potentially losing McMillan and Shepard as well, that's going to hurt the Buccaneers so bad that I think that they might actually not do that much on offense, and that the Kansas City Chiefs just basically just score and blow them out at this point. But it all depends if Shepard and McMillan are out or in, because if they're in and then they get re-injured, then that's going to screw with the Buccaneers. But if not, and they are not playing at all, then they'll have at least some time to think of a game plan with the new receivers, and then immediately not have that much of an issue, but still have one due to the fact that your top two receivers and even their backups are gone for the game. So in the end, the receiving core is a big troublesome part for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, on to the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, starting out with defensive ends Kalijah Cansey and Logan Hall. Nose tackle will be Vita Vea. Weak side linebacker Yaya Diaby. Strong side linebacker would be Joe Tryon Showinka, I think it is. And then we get inside linebackers KJ Britt and Levante David. Cornerbacks Tariq Thunderbird and Zion McCollum. Then nickelback Tyke Smith. And if he cannot go, Treveria Thomas will take over. And then we get also free safety Antoine Winfield Jr. And if he cannot go, Christian Eisen will take over with the strong safety being Jordan Whitehead. Now, when it comes to the Tampa Bay defense, obviously, the problem is in the secondary with Smith and Winfield. Specifically Winfield, as he's one of their best safeties. And Eisen, nothing wrong with him. He's a pretty decent safety, but he's not Winfield. So there's a big problem there. And I'm thinking, honestly, thinking rationally, that we're going to be seeing a tough matchup with the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs against this defense, because the Chiefs can easily just run you over with either obviously D-Hop or who's the other guy? Xavier Worthy, the rookie. In the end, it all really depends on if the backup Eisen can be just as good against D-Hop or Xavier Worthy like Antoine Winfield could. And honestly, that's a very big ask for a okay corner. Sorry, okay safety I meant. Now, in conclusion, I have this game ending 31-20. I think that we're going to be seeing a very big game coming in for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers early. Then, we're going to be seeing some struggles in Kansas City come back and tie, and then end up taking the lead. I think that'll happen, and I think that we'll be even seeing a pick six from Baker Mayfield. Maybe we'll be seeing it from Nick Bolton. Or who knows, maybe Josh Uche gets the tipped interception and takes it to the house. Who knows? But in the end, I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to lose this game to the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs will remain undefeated. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win? The Kansas City Chiefs or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.